Alright guys and girls, our spray dried. As you can see, it's nice and dry. And we got our 40 mil PVC rubber. Okay, now just remember the P65 warnings. You know, you definitely don't want to not check those out. Anyway, alright guys, come on down. As you can see, we got our edges tight. We pushed this down into the silicone that we put in there, and we just stapled it up high. We don't want to put any staples down where the water table will be. We've got about 2 inches of water table where the water can literally sit in there. So we didn't cut our drain out yet. That's something we can do later. Now we're going to put our walls on. We're going to put the rubber on our walls, and then our backer board. We'll keep you guys updated. All right guys, come on in. We have our drain on here. Now we're going to be a 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch below this with our dry pack. And then we have this line that we're going to go off of, and we actually put lines all the way around. You can see right here our line for level and also giving us fall. So we definitely want fall from the edge to the drain. Okay, so that when we take a shower, everything's falling right toward the drain. All right guys, we're mixing our mud bed mix, okay? And you want your mud bed mix really dry, and you want it to hold its form when you compress it. So we're using a big old paddle bit drill here. And you can see it's just kind of chunky, like that there. That's about how you want it. Now we're gonna go put it in. We got our lines, we got our mud mix. Let's put this down. We just want to literally just dump it, and we might remix this bottom part here. But you can see you just want it to hold its form when you squeeze it. Okay, so we might add a little bit of water to this right here, but all in all, that's what you do. All right guys, I'm just using a little rubber grout tool. Okay, and you can see I'm starting to I'm pushing this up to my line, and I'm kind of leveling it out like this, pushing it up to my line, and then I'm packing it down. We don't want to get too excited yet, but we just want to kind of get it right there where our line's at. That's good. Okay, and we're going to do this all the way around, and we're going to do it around this, and then we're going to fill in all of our hollow spots. So we'll keep you guys posted. So you can see guys, I'm just working around. Now one hard part about this is not getting stressed out. Sometimes when you mix concrete, my anxiety levels skyrocket. I start to sweat, and I start to force everything into submission. In this particular case, try to get rid of those anxious emotions and just take your time. Enjoy the ride, like riding a wave. Enjoy it. All right guys, so you can see we're about a 1/4 inch below our drain there. That's so that our tile can set. You can see we're using the big levels, and we're nice and level on the back. We're nice and level right here, and we're level right here as well. So the goal now is to start to fill in here, and we're going to fill this in at an angle like that. That looks a little extreme, but it is what it is, and we're going to go all the way around and do this, bringing our sides back down, and kind of just making sure that it's filled in like this here. It's going to kind of start looking like this here. Just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and just taking it one step at a time, not getting stressed out. And slowly bringing it down. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we have fall. We have fall everywhere. This gives you a good idea. The bubble is all the way to the other side. So we have good fall, and we're square. Alright, and we've just kind of been grinding on this and packing it here and there just real gently. We don't want to get our hands on it. And we're level on all sides here, and all sides are pointing due south, which is good. And then even something like this here, you want to kind of go from every angle. And we ran out of the hotbed mud, the bed mud, I should say. And so we're just doing what we can, and then we'll fill these holes in. You can see we've got a pretty good size hole there, maybe 4 inches, 3.5 inches. So yeah, sometimes they're thicker, sometimes they're thinner, but all in all, we're filling all this in. All right guys, as you can see here, we're just filling in our holes. We're kind of getting filled in here. And now that we're getting kind of down to the nitty gritty, we just want to be careful not to over smack or tamp or you can just see how easy it is to get off course. So alright guys, so what we did, we got it all situated. Then I just took a not a wet sponge, but a damp sponge, and just lightly rubbed everything, and put a little water on the sponge and lightly rubbed everything. And you can see we've got fall everywhere. It's nice and consistent. Yeah. And so you're welcome. All right guys, we're going to be laying our base down first, and as you can see, we're getting started and just laying it down to see where we're going to end up. I don't like cutting a tile and having a little piece of tile, so I like to lay it all out first and see where we're at. But sometimes you can't avoid having a little tiny piece of tile that you have to cut. For instance, this one, you can see we're going to have to cut this tile right here, but we'll have a bigger piece that we're putting in. But it's always hard when you have just a little tile, and that's why I like to do my floor first. It's harder to do a floor first because when you start putting your walls up, all of your thin set and things that you drop are going to go right into your new floor. But I like setting the floor up first because you can put your tiles on the edge up on top and kind of hide any cuts or anything on the side. So I hope this helps. We're laying this out. We'll show you how we do it here in a couple of minutes. All right guys, we get a ton of questions, a Brazilian questions about how to cut a round hole for a tile like this. So come on down. So you put your tile in place and you mark it out, right? Okay, get a good nice mark on it. And this is just for sake of a video here. Okay, so we have a round mark. Now how do we cut that? Come on out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut my excess off. So I'm going to cut right here and right here, okay? Square. Break those two off and peel them off of the back, and we're left with this. So now Tom, you're gonna get like right here. Yeah. as you can see, you just keep going, and then you can kind of butter it up a little bit. When you're done, you can kind of round it off a little bit, but come on in. The final product here, when you cut it to the right size, as you can see, we're just slowly going around there. Guys, thanks for watching. We sure do appreciate your support. Please subscribe. All right, guys, come on down. Now this, one of the things that I don't like doing about the tile base is setting the tiles. And it's so easy to get too much thin set under the tiles. It's easy to get the tiles on level and kind of all kind of weird and crooked. So I like to lay them out like this, and then I pull one off at a time, okay? And then I butter the back of the tile. So as you can see, I just went through and just made sure that there is good amount of thin set, and that I'm not putting too much on each tile. And then I buttered the floor too. As you can see here, I just made sure that, you say this looks tedious. It is a little, but not as tedious as trying to figure out how to hide all your bubbles and bumps and off squareness. So we got this buttered and that buttered, okay? We're gonna flip this around and we're gonna set it, okay? And we know by leaving all of our tiles in place exactly where that one goes, and then you can adjust it a little bit if you have to. Okay, and then you just kind of gently tap it down a little bit. Okay, and we know that's going to be really good. And then I just want to lift my next set, okay? We're going to flip it over like this. And again, my thin set's a little thinner than I like it, which is fine. And we're just going to butter everything real good here on the floor. Make sure you get a good stick. Okay, so we're going to do that to the floor, and then the back of the tile, we're going to go through and just put a little thin set on each tile, and then just slowly rub that thin set in. Alright guys, this is the last one, the moment of truth here. I'm just going to put this one this way. Squeeze it down there. That's good. Okay, and you can kind of see an overview. One thing I don't like about setting tile is all of the stuff that you get in between your lines. But all in all, we're not looking too bad. We're gonna let it set up and then kind of take a sponge to it. But I just like to go through and get all my joints cleaned out. It's a lot easier to do it before it sets up. But it's also good for cleaning the joints out, because that means we got a good bond with everything. Handle, you know, and floor looks really nice. Check out this floor. Oh yeah, nice and level. Everything runs downhill. And we still are waiting for the glass, but we just wanted to kind of give you guys an overview of how nice everything turned out. And more videos like this. If you subscribe to our channel and look through our videos, lots of videos about showers, soap dishes, electrical wiring, and more.